This is High School Sports, the show about which sports are actually worth your time. Your hosts are Robbie and Terry, both 15 every week. They break it down so you actually get it.
Which sports are actually worth your time. I'm Terry.
And I'm Robbie, and today we're talking about ultimate Frisbee, the sport that proves all you need is a plastic disc and some open grass.
Seriously, you can start playing for like $10, one disc, a field, and 7 friends who don't mind running.
Compare that to football with the pads and helmets, or hockey where the gear costs more than a used car.
Ultimate has been around since 1968, invented by a high school student council in New Jersey, which honestly makes it the most relatable origin story in sports history.
Joel Silver, future Hollywood producer, pitched it to his school, so Ultimate Frisbee was basically the first thing he ever produced.
The field is about the same length as a football field, but the end zones are deeper, like 25 yards each.
You score by catching the disc in the opponent's end zone, and you can't run while you're holding it. You have to pivot and pass.
Which sounds simple, but the strategy gets genuinely wild. Vertical stack, horizontal stack, the force, it has its own whole vocabulary.
And the coolest part is the spirit of the game. Ultimate is almost entirely self-officiated, even at high levels.
No referees yelling at teenagers, you call your own fouls and you're expected to be honest about it.
Which sounds like chaos, but apparently works because players grow up knowing the rules and actually caring about fair play.
There are over 7 million players in the United States alone, and the sport is in over 80 countries worldwide.
USA Ultimate, the national governing body, counted around 40,000 registered competitive players just a few years ago, and that number keeps climbing.
And the college scene is massive. Nationals is basically a festival where ultimate players take over an entire city for a week.
The professional league is called the American Ultimate Disc League, the AUDL, which has been growing steadily since 2012.
Pro players are fast, like scary fast. Top throws can travel 60 to 80 miles per hour in the right conditions.
And a well-thrown disc can stay in the air for a genuinely embarrassing amount of time if you throw it right.
The huck, that's a long bomb throw. When it connects, it's one of the most satisfying plays in any sport.
Okay, but let's talk about fitness because people underestimate how hard Ultimate actually is on your body.
A typical ultimate player can run 3 to 5 miles in a single game depending on the format and their position.
That's without pads on grass, jumping, cutting, and sprinting repeatedly. Your legs will have opinions the next morning.
But unlike a lot of contact sports, there's basically zero intentional hitting. So your injury risk profile looks really different.
Mostly ankle rolls, some knee stuff from cutting, and the occasional disc to the face which everyone pretends didn't hurt.
The mixed gender format is also genuinely unique. The default competitive version includes both girls and boys on the field at the same time.
Most sports at the high school level separate by gender entirely, so mixed ultimate creates this whole different team dynamic.
You have to coordinate with players of different speeds and styles, and honestly, the best mixed teams use that variety as a weapon.
It also means if your school has more girls than boys who want to play, and that happens, you're not stuck on the sideline.
High school clubs are popping up everywhere too. You don't even need a school league because you can join a club team regionally.
USA Ultimate has a whole youth division with tournaments all over the country, so the competitive pathway is real if you want it.
And if you just want to play for fun on weekends, every city seems to have Pickup Ultimate in the park that's open to anyone.
Low barrier to entry, high ceiling for skill development, and a community that genuinely seems to like each other. That's a rare combo.
The disc itself is also just a beautiful object. A good throw feels different from any other skill in any other sport.
Learning to throw a flick, that's the sidearm throw, is humbling for about 2 weeks and then suddenly clicks and you feel like a wizard.
The backhand, the hammer, the blade, each throw does something different in the air and matches different game situations.
It's like learning vocabulary in a new language where the language is physics and wind and your wrist angle.
Okay, I think we've made the case. Ultimate Frisbee, cheap, inclusive, athletic, strategic, and run on mutual respect instead of a rulebook police force.
If your school doesn't have a team yet, USA Ultimate's website has a whole guide for starting one. You basically just need a disc and a teacher willing to sign the paperwork.
Which is the easiest ask in education since can we go outside for class?
Go find a field, find some friends, and throw the disc around this weekend. I promise you'll be hooked within about 20 minutes.
And if you already play Ultimate, you already knew everything we said and you've been smiling this whole episode.
Thanks for listening. Go touch some grass, literally, and we'll see you next week on High School Sports.